Long time no see. So I was in class the other day and I fell into this rabbit hole of why am I here when I can literally Google all of this shit. That led to me questioning my entire existence, my entire life, blah blah blah, existential crisis. You know how it is. And if you don't, good job. So upon this reflection, I realized some things about being trans. So these are things I wish I knew. Now, I'm gonna tell you. When someone comes out as something, it tends to take over a lot of your life. You can't just say you are something and then that's it. People need to respect you, acknowledge you, or, I don't know, treat you like a fucking human being, maybe. My first need was to just get my pronouns, my name out there, and to, you know, have people call me them. That in itself was very difficult. That was just a cycle of losing people, having to talk to teachers, having to get my name changed through the school, having to get it legally changed, and I had to pay a few hundred for that. I had to keep working to have money for transition stuff. I also spent a lot of time comparing myself to other people. And there was testosterone, which was my obsession. I'm sure you know that from the other video.
Pre-T testosterone, I go on T testosterone.
And all of that prom graduation shit was just f***ing torture and a half. This whole like year was just explaining myself over and over and over and over again, which is fucking exhausting. And when people question you so much, you tend to lose a sense of identity. There was no more artist side of me, music side of me, adventurous side of me. Everything was just focused on, hey, I'm a boy. Can you fucking call me one? That'd be fucking dope. Wanted to go on T, so I was like, testosterone. One of the first things that I realized was, this isn't that fun. It's not a reason to not go on T. But things started to change. Like, my face was changing, my body was changing, and this was something I wasn't used to. It's like a very awkward process because it's literally male puberty. Going through that was a weird time because I wanted to be excited, I wanted to be happy, but I just wanted to hide my face the entire time. As the months went on, you start to really appreciate like every little change. Someone tells you your voice is deeper, my face is narrowing out, and stuff like that happens, but you tend to stop noticing things as much after a while. It's just you, which is fine because your entire life doesn't need to be focused on being trans like mine was. It's inevitable most of the time because you just want to be happier with yourself and you want people to accept you. Obviously, I understand that. I wanted top surgery. I knew that my insurance wasn't going to help me out that much, so I didn't go to school, gave up a lot of things so I could work a lot. I covered a ton of shifts. I worked every holiday. I did whatever I could to just make that bank. There was a lot of sacrifice I had to make in that. That was the most money I've ever had. I wanted so badly, but also didn't feel like I should have had to spend so much money on something that should have just been a thing already. That's the financial aspect of it. I was super excited for surgery, but when it happened, it didn't feel good. At my job, people had kind of told everyone like what I was getting, and then people knew, and then I wasn't on speaking terms with so many people that it was like no one was really happy for me except for a few of my friends. It was a very sad time for me. It came with a lot of disconnection from me and myself because now this left me at a point where, okay, I'm on T, I got top surgery, what's next? And this is where the crisis of identity really started to happen for me because I have this excuse that I can push everything off because I need to do all my transition shit. But now that's over. So what do I do now? Who am I? Like, that's basically what it came down to, is who the fuck am I? What do I like to do? What did I like to do before I focused 2 years of my life on obsessing over transitioning? Now all of a sudden I was face to face with just myself. I really didn't know who I was in the slightest. This led to a downward spiral. I ended up in a hospital. Slowly but surely I just kind of stopped thinking of myself as trans so much. That kind of brought a different weird vibe to my life, I guess, because then there was stealth versus out. This is a controversial topic. I really don't think it should be because it's really no one's business what you do. It's a matter of safety sometimes, it's a matter of comfort. If you spend your whole life being someone that you don't want to be, it's understandable why you might not want people to be asking you questions. At places like my job and random people I meet, if they find out that I'm trans, either I have to be their teacher and educate them on everything. They ask really inappropriate questions. This shield that I had has now been distorted, so when people look at me, they just think trans, and they don't even know what to think because they might not even be educated on it. Before I went on T, I worked at my job as female. I came out like halfway through. The reactions were really weird. They would actually talk shit about me in the break room and stuff like that. They would talk to me about like RuPaul. They wouldn't call me the right pronouns. They wouldn't even acknowledge it. The job that I got right when I went on T, I still wasn't passing, and I also looked 10 and sick and feminine. My boss was awesome about it and just told people, yeah, he's a boy, like, just don't question it. People started finding out things, and when they would find out things, they would tell other people, and like I had multiple interactions with people that just were terrible. I learned to brush it off, but sometimes it builds up, and that's what makes me not want to emphasize the fact that I'm trans, because people just reducing me to that simple identity. That's not fair, because they're not seeing every other part of me, because I'm not even seeing every other part of me. I started saying f that. Other people, they use their identity as power, and I do too. I'm proud of who I am. It's hard to always think that way when the whole world is telling you who you are all the time, and it still happens. Once someone finds out something, then it turns into something more than what I wanted it to be, and I don't think that I deserve to bear that responsibility to educate people, to have people ask what's in my pants, to have people debate me on things, how much I pass, how much I don't pass. You should really cut your hair, put on weight, you should do this, and all this noise is just completely taken over my brain, and it's still really hard to get over it. I don't have that power to just be me sometimes. If you just came out, or whether you've been out, whatever, there is power in being trans. There's power in being who you are. But that's the important part, is who you are, and you are not just trans. This is what I missed. I sound like I'm getting fucking heated right now, and I'm really not trying to. So it's just like all these people know something about you that almost, what the fuck is the word? It's debilitating to your progress and growth as a human being. You get sick of just explaining yourself, and you get sick of having to be a different person for everyone. It's a struggle every fucking day, because now you can't use testosterone and top surgery as an excuse anymore. This is not a stepping stone. This is just your life now, and it's all here, and you gotta figure it out. And it's like, cool, I'm gonna do that, but can everyone just chill out? The best way to get over that is to just get to know yourself. Write your thoughts down. Do things that make you happy, and learn what you like to do. Surround yourself with people that see you as you. And if people don't want to make the effort to understand, f them. Thank you for listening. It is raining outside, and I'm cold, and I'm gonna go eat some cereal.